Hi, welcome to Centerville Reports Today. I'm Maureen Russell Hodson. Spring is here, and that means that the annual City Beautiful Commission seminar is right around the corner. And here to tell us more is the City Beautiful Committee's chair, Jan Prettyman. Hi, Jan.
Hi, Maureen. It's great to be back.
I'm glad to have you because you have all things spring. All good things are happening right now, right?
Thank God we need it, don't you think? This roller coaster we've been through all winter long, I think we deserve a break. Finally.
Yeah, and a great way to kick off your spring is with this annual workshop that you all have been doing for several years.
Absolutely. I don't even remember what number this is. However, I know that it just seems to get better every year.
They do, and in fact, this one is going to be on Saturday, April 2nd, and it's going to be at Centerville High School Central Theater.
Right.
And that's because this program has grown so much that we really couldn't accommodate the number of people who wanted to come and hear these terrific speakers.
Started out back in Benham's Grove, and it just got to the point where we were bulging at the seams there with attendance. And we moved down to Public Works a couple times when I first joined the commission. And all of a sudden we decided, when we had 180 people come for our program in 2014, we needed to expand yet again. So fortunately, we were able to acquire some space at the Central Theater at the high school.
And if you're not familiar with where that's located, when you go to this high school, there'll be directional signs. But,
right. Oh, yeah.
It's going to be at 10 o'clock, and it is on Saturday, April 2nd. And the name of the program, I'll get my P's in order here.
Okay.
Perennials Provide Pizzazz. So that's a great
Good
name.
job.
Yes, and from the lady who is pretty in pink today. So tell us what folks can expect at this workshop, because you do not have to register in advance. You can just attend.
First of all, the price is right because it is free to anybody that wants to come. Don't have to be a garden lover or anything like that. If you just want to learn a little something about perennials, and there's a lot to know. Some people think that a perennial garden is something you plant one year and you just let it alone and never bother with it again. That's just not true. Plus,
and a perennial is
a plant that comes back every year.
Because even that gets confusing for people.
Yes, it does. It does. Sometimes you get flowers that act like perennials but are annuals. It just depends on the climate a lot of the time.
So if you like flowers, you're going to like this workshop.
Right. Yeah. We did annuals a couple of years ago, and we had an excellent turnout for that. And people are really interested in what's new, because Dr. Dieter's going to talk about some basics, but she'll also update us on what's new for perennials this year. And things change every season.
Right. And you have an expert, you can talk about her, who's going to be providing the workshop information.
She is out of Ohio State University's Horticultural Division. She's a PhD. Her name is Dr. Laura Dieter, and she's done a great deal of educational work with people.
So when you come to the high school, again, it's on April 2nd at 10 a.m., you also not only will learn a lot about perennials, but it's a great group because it's put on by, as we said, the City Beautiful, who is a terrific all-volunteer board with the city. And then you also give prizes away, right?
We do. The program's usually an hour to an hour and a half long, depending on the amount of questions, things like that.
So there will be a question and answer period
Absolutely.
Following. Yeah.
And yes, we always have beautiful door prizes that are normally donated by some of the Centerville business folks, mainly florists and nurseries.
So you may walk out of there with something.
Yeah, they're usually pretty spectacular.
Yeah, very, very pretty and spring-like, I would imagine as well.
Right.
And so we've been talking about City Beautiful. Tell us, as we said, it's an all-volunteer board. It's associated with the city of Centerville. You're all Centerville residents.
Yeah, that's one of the requirements. We would love to have other folks come in and join us, but it is a council-appointed commission. It is all volunteer.
It is a working committee.
It is definitely working. We get paid for it by all the fun we have.
Yay!
And the things that we do and the way we help keep the city looking great. We work in conjunction with the Public Works Division too. So we get to help them plan and they help us, and it's a great working organization.
And you don't have to have a green thumb. I mean, it's good if you have experience, but if you just want to keep Centerville beautiful, this is a great committee to be on.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to be a gardener. You don't have to do anything like that. But just have the interest of keeping the city looking great or adding a little greatness to it.
Yeah.
We do, we're down a little bit on membership right now because we have a couple of our folks on leave for health reasons. We've lost a couple of our commissioners lately to moving out of the district. So we would love to see some new faces. And the process for that is application, which can be obtained
on our website.
On city website, right. Or they could stop up at the city building and pick up an application as well. The application is filed and is reviewed by city council. There is an interview usually conducted with the council. And if the person, the applicant, is accepted, they're sworn in at a city council meeting and we're good to go.
And this committee really does work all year round. And you don't necessarily have to work on every single event, but you might have a couple of events that you're going to volunteer for and you're going to be working.
Right.
Yeah.
We do have a little slack time.
Slack time?
Yeah. After the Christmas lighting, the holiday lighting awards and everything, we have a couple of months where those are our planning times. We're not physically out in January doing too much of anything. But we are busy planning the spring seminar and the planning at Four Corners, which we can talk about a little bit later. But there's always something going on.
And it is a great group, so we would highly recommend that you check it out if you live in Centerville and are interested in keeping Centerville beautiful. But you had mentioned earlier, too, the association with Public Works, and I know another project you all are working on is the annual Arbor Day tree planting ceremony.
Yes, we are. Again this year, our mayor, Compton, is going to be somewhat the Masters of Ceremonies in conjunction with one of our members, Tom Wheeler. And what we will do is we will go to Stubbs Park this year. And we're still reforesting a lot of the loss of the ash trees at Stubbs. So this is a very good location for our youngsters from the grades of the elementary schools to participate in getting some of these trees planted.
And again, that ceremony is open to the public as well, right?
Absolutely, yes. We would be thrilled to death to have people show up for this.
And if you've not been to this is really another feel-good event because this is third graders from throughout the Centerville School District.
All 9 of the elementary schools usually are represented. We're in the process.
And we make them work, too. We make those kids work, right?
Oh, and they have a ball.
They're digging. Yeah, they help plant these trees.
They do. They help plant the trees, and moms and dads very often accompany the kids. Teachers, principals from the various schools. It's a fun morning. Now this year we are doing it at 11 a.m. because we got to thinking, it normally lasts about an hour. The ceremony does, and the tree planting and the photography and all the fun things surrounding. So we decided this year maybe 11 o'clock would be a little bit easier for the folks, the kids, and the teachers because they can go directly to lunchtime after the ceremonies are over this year.
Right, and that is going to be on Wednesday, April 20th. And again, it's at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
At Stubbs Park.
Right.
So, and you're welcome to come, and it really is a fun chance, too, a great way to meet some City Beautiful members as well, if you're interested in learning more about it.
There's usually several of us that are, some of our folks still are employed. But those of us that can make it usually show up, and it's so much fun. It's always a nice event that everybody enjoys.
And of course, Centerville, this is the 29th year that Centerville has been named a Tree City USA with a special award, right?
We are very proud of this. We have, I believe it's been 2 years ago that we received a special award with our Tree City designation. And this is accomplished by doing things that are over and above for the city through Public Works that are in excess of what the requirements are to become Tree City. And this year we're getting another special
And that's called the Growth Award. So that's very exciting too. So we thank our Public Works staff. As you all know, when you're traveling throughout the city, you'll see them out in the middle of the medians. They're watering flowers, they're taking care of trees, and then City Beautiful Commission really has its own garden that I'm sure everyone has driven past that you all maintain.
I would be surprised if somebody has not seen it.
Yeah, and it is gorgeous. Yeah.
Well, we've evolved over the years. Initially, it was just the corner at Franklin and Main.
Yeah.
By Graders and City Barbecue.
So you know where it is, right there at that corner. You're right.
It's been there for years and years, but we kind of moved up north a little bit, and we have now the little garden next to the parking lot at Graders and next to the Ashel Wright house. We are doing that now. We acquired that, I think this will be our 3rd or 4th year that we plant that garden as well. That's going to happen. We're kind of debating right at this moment about whether it's going to be the 14th of May or the 21st.
Okay.
But what we do there is those of us who are able to do so and are free to do so assist the city in planting all the flowers. And after we plant, that's not the end of it.
Right.
We are responsible for keeping all these gardens weeded and fed and looking good for the entire summer.
So when you drive past there, if you're at Graders and you see somebody in there weeding, that's a City Beautiful member.
Right.
Maintaining those gardens.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only problem we have occasionally is that sometimes trash gets thrown into the gardens.
Please don't do that.
Yes, we don't appreciate that.
Right.
But it's a fun event, and it's yet another thing that we do to kind of keep things moving along.
Okay, and just because, there's just so many things that you do. Another thing is the City Beautiful Awards, which happen throughout the summer and recognize folks for outstanding landscaping.
Right. A couple of years ago, we decided to try awarding in July, August, and September, where previously it was June, July, and August. And especially this past year, we had a late summer or late spring, and things did not grow well early on. So again this year we're going to do the July, August, September, because it kind of takes you through the summer with the growth of the yards and the beauty as it matures, all the way up to early fall. So that's the way we're going to do it again this year, and it seems to work out very well.
And you all take nominations.
We take nominations, phone calls to Public Works, to the city building. You can nominate yourself.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't be shy. If you've got a great looking, because it's your front yard only.
It is the front, we don't go into the backyards.
Right. And it's also for businesses, condo entrances, right?
Yeah,
Apartments?
we increased that to condos, apartments, and churches a couple of years ago as well. And we do have the business, what we call Community Pride Award for those.
So there are 7 areas plus the Community Pride Award each time, right?
Right.
Okay, so lots of good things always happening at the city of Centerville, and when you see something really pretty with our city, you know that probably someone from City Beautiful Award or City Beautiful Commission is behind that. Let's review these dates again real quickly, Jan. So Perennials Provide Pizzazz, again, that's on Saturday, April 2nd at 10 o'clock at Centerville High School Central Theater.
Right.
There is no admission. You can stop by. It's going to be a terrific program, and you also have an opportunity for door prizes. Then Arbor Day is Wednesday, April 20th. That's going to be at 11 o'clock. That's at Stubbs Park. And of course, if you are interested in the City Beautiful Commission, we want you to give the city a call at 433-7151 or visit our website, which is centervilleohio.gov. Jan, thanks for all the information and all your good work with your volunteer efforts.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.